about 8 blood sugar like that, and with exercise.
I just want to ask a question that when the BP is lower than the upper one is lower than the, like they say 92/70, is it okay or not, ma?
Depending on the age as well, if it's a child, that's okay. But if the person is above, pardon? 65 years, 90, that's, is the person on medication? If the person is on medication, you're not using anything, and your BP is 90 over, well, you need to check it regularly and do some kidney function tests and things. You can go to any good lab and tell them you want to do some tests. Okay. HMO. People can contribute now.
Excuse me, everybody. There is something I've been hearing before, and I don't hear much of it now. It is the measurement of the pulse rate in 1 minute. Pulse rate. But if you use the equipment, this time you are not going to use the equipment. If you measure your pulse rate, even regularly, say the same time every day in the same position, all you need to do is to put your hand where you can feel the pulse rate. If it reads 60 to 70 regularly, or well, if it goes up to 80, because you are active, for instance, doing exercise, this is to eliminate buying the equipment, which is expensive now. But that can give you a measure of how your heart is pulsating. And if it goes to 90, then you can begin to think of high blood pressure. If it goes beyond 90, then you go to hospital. But it is simple enough to do. You only need a clock that has a second's hand. 60 minutes, 60 seconds. If you measure it and it reads 70 every day, you do it, it's just 60 seconds a day. Its time is so short in the whole day. Please, I've had a session like this in which we are told, do this regularly if you cannot afford the equipment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I already said that if you can't afford the equipment, you can go to a nearby chemist shop to have the BP checked, or go to a clinic. I know that not everybody can afford to buy equipment of 25,000, 30,000. Yes, checking the pulse is good, but it's not just the pulse rate. The pulse can be thready, it can be bounding, it can be strong, and these are also, if you have a very fast pulse rate and it's steady, even though it's fast, it can be an indication of some bleeding somewhere, not necessarily a high blood pressure. So recording the pulse is good, but I would also advise that we check the blood pressure from time to time.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We are talking about high blood pressure. What happens to when you have low blood pressure?